Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. This is our group for assignment STA150. So, my group member name are: first, Ustaz Muhammad Nabil bin Abdul Halid. Second, me, Muhammad Safi bin Mustafa. Third, Muhammad Razik bin Abdul Aziz. Fourth, Mustafa Nabil bin Abdul Malik. So the question that we need to answer is from the final paper year December 2018. We will answer question number 1, 4, 6 and 10.
For the first question, A, given that probability A is 0.5, probability A intercept B is 0.1, probability A union B is 0.75, and probability A prime intercept C prime is 0.35. Even A and C are mutually exclusive, find probability B, so we can simply use the formula probability A intercept B is equal to probability A plus probability B minus probability A union B. So we will get the answer. Next, probability C. We know that even A and C are mutually exclusive, and I already defined the word, and so we know that even A and even C are not overlap. So we have to find probability A union C first, and then we insert in the formula probability A union C is equal to probability A plus probability C minus probability A intercept C. Probability A intercept C is equal to 0, and then we will get the answer. Right, next, for the B, a teacher wants to arrange 9 kindergarten students for a choir performance. So for the first question, how many ways if the students arranged in a row? So we can simply use 9 factorial, which we can do how many ways. And then if ideal should be in the middle, so we can simply use 8 factorial, because we just take out the one seat which will be ideally in the middle, so we get the ways and the probability of the arrangement, which ideally in the middle, divide by all, therefore we will get the probability. So for the last one, if the student arranged in circular, simply use the formula n minus 1 factorial, which we have 9 students minus 1 factorial equal to 8 factorial, therefore we will get the answer.
Assalamualaikum. Next, question 4. For the question 4, the cumulative distribution of a discrete random variable x is as follows. So, this is the cumulative distribution. This is the cumulative distribution for 0x less than 1, 0.25x more equal to 1 less than 2, 0.3 x more equal to 2 less than 3, 0.4 x more equal to 3 less than 4, 0.75 x more equal to 4 less than 5, 1 x more equal to 5. So, question 8, determine the value of probability x equal and more equal to 2 less equal to 4. So each side has equal, so we will use this formula. So first, 4 and 2 is included. First we find the biggest one, 4. For 4, the probability is 0.75. So we put the cumulative distribution is 0.75, so we put the 0.75 minus we in 2 is included, so we must use less than 2. So for the less than 2 is this, which is 0.25. So we put 0.25. So 0.75 minus 0.25 equal to 0.5. Next is B. Construct the probability distribution of X. So how we get it is the recent cumulative distribution minus the odd cumulative distribution. So first 1 equal to 0.25. So how we get it? 0.25 minus 0. So we get 0.25. So second is 2, 0.05. So how we get 0.3 minus 0.25. So we get 0.05. Next is 0.1. So we just minus 0.4 with 0.3, we get 0.1. Next is 0.35. 0.75 minus 0.4, we get 0.35. And the last one is 0.25. So 1 minus 0.75, we get 0.25. For the question C, they ask to calculate EX. So E same as Fx. So what we need to do is 1 multiplied by 0.25 and plus 2 multiplied by 0.05 plus 3 multiplied by 0.1 plus 4 multiplied with 0.35 plus 5 multiplied with 0.25. So we get 3.3. For D, find the variant of Fx. For Fx, first we must find this, because to find variant X, we use this formula. So we need to find E bracket X squared bracket. So first, same as C, but the X number we need to square each of them. So this is how we do it. 0.25 multiply with 1 squared plus 0.05 multiply with 2 squared plus 0.1 multiply with 3 squared plus 0.35 multiply with 4 squared plus 0.25 multiply with 5 squared. So we get 13.2. So using the formula, we just put the number first, E bracket X squared bracket, so 13.2 minus bracket E bracket X bracket squared. So EX equal to 3.3. So we just need to square 3.3. So 13.2 minus 3.3 squared equal to 2.31. For the last question, given that A equals to 5x minus 6, find variance A. So VA equal to V 5x minus 6. So we just use this formula that provided by Madam. So it will be 5 squared Vx plus V bracket 3 bracket. So 5 squared bracket 2.31 px we get from this variant x, get from the variant x, plus 0 from the formula. This is the formula. So we got 57.75. So that's all for me. Thank you.
For the question 6, in a screening test for military candidates, it is estimated that 25% of the candidates will pass the test. The A question said that what is the probability that out of 12 candidates, at most 2 will fail the test? So here, we use P as the probability of succeeding because of the question is want to find the failed test. So the P of succeeding is for the failed test. So 75 over 100 multiplied by 12. So how do we get the 75 over 100? From the statement above, it says that the 25% of the candidate is a pass one. So the other percent is 75. Other percent of 75 is for the fail of the test. So we use the 75 for the fail. So here we get 9. After we multiply and divide, we get 9, and we need to divide again with 12 because the question itself 1 out of 12 candidates. So we need to know that how the probability of out of 12 candidates is failed. So we get the answer of 0.75. So for the Q is not the probability of not succeeding. So we use as the pass of the test. So 25 over 100 multiplied by 12, and we get 3. And also we do the same things, divide by 12, and we get the answer of 0.25. So here we need to come out all the informations in the question itself. So we get the sample n equal to 12, and the things that we want to find in this probability in this sample is x less than equal to 2. So now we use the information that we get. So the question one that the x is less than equal to 2, so we need to separate them into px equal to 0 plus px equal to 1 plus px equal to 2. So the 2 itself is included in this question. So then we use the binomial distribution formula. We put in all the information that we get in here, and then we get the answer of 0.00038. Okay, for the next question, for the B questions, okay, the question said that if 10 candidates were tested, calculate the probability that at most 5 candidates will pass the test. So now the question have changed a little bit of the information. So now the new information that we get is our sample, which is n, is 10, and we need to find the x less than equal to 5, and then the things that for the succeeding things for the P is the pass of the test. So we use 25 over 100 multiplied by 10, and then we get the answer 5 over 2, and then we need to divide by 10. So we get the probability of succeeding is 0.25. So here for the Q as the not succeeding probability, which is the fail of the test, 75 over 100 multiplied by 10, and then we divide by 10, and we get the answer of 0.75. So here, by then, we use the same formula, which is binomial distributions. So we use px equal to 0 plus px equal to 1 until px equal to 5. So we put in all the informations that we get here. tan C0 multiplied by 0.25 power of 10 power of 0, and multiply again 0.75 power of 10 until the px equal to 5. So we get the answer is 0.9803. Okay, for the last question, C. Okay, the question said that based on B, the question above that we did just now, find the mean and standard deviation of the candidate who will pass the test. So here, for finding the mean in binomial distribution, we have it formula itself. So the formula to find mean is NP, which is the N is the sample and the P is probability of succeeding in pass the test. So we know that from the question B, the sample is 10 and the probability of succeeding in pass of the test is 0.25. Then we multiply both of them and we get the answer is 2.5. So for the standard deviations, the formula is square root of NP multiplied by 1 minus P. So we know that NP from the mean is 2.5, so we put the value here 2.5 and 1 minus P, which is 0.25. So we done all the things here and then we get the answer is 1.3693.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Now I will tell you how to solve the question. This question asks us to find the probability while y more than 0.5 and z less than 1.5. So we put limit here for the function of y 0.5 to 1. Then function z 1 to 1.5. So and we put the function here 1 over 2 y plus z dy dz. Now it's easy to us to put out 1 over 2 over here and we will integrate the function y plus z and we will get y power of 2 over 2 plus z y, and we count it, we will get 3 over 8 plus z over 2. Next we will integrate the function of z, and the integration we will get 3 over 8 z plus z over 2 over 4. We put in the limit and we will get the answer is 1 over 2, but we must multiply with 1 over 2 because we had put out it for the first way. So after that we will need to multiply it and we will get the final answer is 1 over 4. So next question, they ask to find marginal distribution of y. So to find the marginal distribution of y, we need to integrate function z. So we will get y marginal distribution of y. First we put out the 1 over 2 like the first question and we will integrate and we will get yz plus z power of 2 over 2. We put in the limit and we count it and we will get y plus 3 over 2, and then we multiply it with 1 over 2, we will get the final answer is 1 over 2y plus 3 over 4. So for the next question, they ask to find conditional density function of z given y equal to y. For this question, we use the formula and we use this formula, integration function yz over function y, because y is given here, dy dz. We put in the function, we use limit z because we has put in the y because they give y, and we change the amount of y with y, and we use limit of z because it's only have z here. and we put 1 to 2 and put the function of y that we get before this, and after the integration process we will get ln 5 over 4y plus 1 plus 1 over 2 ln 3 over 5 minus ln 3 over 4y. So next, for the final question, for the last question, they ask to find the probability z less than 1.5 over y equal to 1 over 2. So we put out the limit for z 1 to 1 over 5, and limit for y, they have given this 1 over 2, so we put here y equal to 1 over 2. We put in the function dy dz and over function y equal to 1 over 2. Then we put in the 1 over 2, we change it y with 1 over 2 because the question had given y equal to 1 over 2. So we change y to 1 over 2, and we count also the function of y, we change y to 1 over 2 and we got 1. So after that we put out like the previous question, put out the 1 over 2 and we count the integration of function z, and we will get 1 over 2z plus z power of 2 over 2, and the limit we put here 1 to 1.5. We change the limit with z and we count it, we get 7 over 8, and we will multiply with 1 over 2 and we will get the final answer is 7 over 16. So that's all question that I will discuss for you. Thank you.